Hello friends, welcome to the sixth video of GlusterFS setup video series, and in this video we will see how we can set up Samba to share our GlusterFS files to Windows client. So up to this video, in video 5th, our previous video, we set it up the CTDB and our CTDB is working fine. CTDB status. So before move forward, make sure your all nodes are okay and you see some generation there and recovery node normal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now first we will create our SMB file, SMB conf file. But before that, let's see the status. Right, we already have a volume. We did something with CTDB. We installed Samba, but by default, what's going on? So if I run the code, let's say if I want to access our Sun1, and if I hit OK, and it says that you do not have permission to access this IP address, contact your network administrator. Okay, and if you see your Sun2, same, Windows cannot access this IP address. Perfect. So how are we gonna solve this? So let's go to our volume data LSL, and we have one volume here. Let's go to volume first. Okay, so we have one directory CTDB that we are not going to share, but we already created a share folder that we want to share. Okay, let's first create a config file for Samba. Let me just copy. I'll show you what this command is doing. Okay, so with that, what we will do, we'll copy the original Samba configuration and create inside our log folder, which is this CTDB folder. Okay, and now I'm just correcting my config file. Now open this file into your text editor anywhere you want. So by default, this is the Samba config file and we haven't touched anything at this moment. What we're going to add is we will create a new section called store, or maybe you can use share. After print, go to end of this line and just paste, or maybe what you can write is share comment cluster and CTDB based share path to your volume. Read only, no, we don't want read only. Guest okay, yes. Writable, yes. Guest okay, yes. And you can see tons of settings of cluster.conf in their Samba website, smb.conf, right? Okay, so all you need to copy is this. One more thing that you make sure, you also need to set encrypt password to yes. Okay, hit save, close. Now you need to add a user that can access this file system. So let's create user here first. User add, sure I'm writing it correct. User add and the username, let's say Rajiv, and SMB password A Rajiv and the password for Rajiv. Okay, so added user Rajiv. Now we have a user that can actually view the Samba share. Okay, here you can add your name, whatever. And later on, when we fetch these users from Active Directory, then you don't need to add this. But for now, just we want to make sure that our share is accessible through Windows network. Let's try again and access. First, let me access 7. Okay, and it's saying still you don't have permission. Correct, you are right. We have to restart the CTDB. We are not restarting SMB because CTDB will restart our SMB. Oh, one more thing. We created a config file, but we haven't copied back to the main and overwrite. So let's just copy this. Yes. Okay. And copy this into and restart CTDB in both server, or I mean all nodes. Remember we created this smb.conf file in our common area, so that's why we edited this file, and now we need to copy back to the main to overwrite that. So with that, let's see IP address 7. Okay, and it says that Windows cannot access 007 and problem in your network. Let's see the status of CTDB. Because your nodes are unhealthy, and it will take some time to make these nodes healthy, and if these nodes are unhealthy, you cannot access these servers or your share will not work because you are using CTDB. Now your nodes are okay. Now let's try the same IP address. And now still it's saying that you don't have permission to access and contact your administrator. Okay, so let's dig more. Let me restart the assembly. Perfect. Always. Okay, what I'm missing here? What I am missing here? My check out the enable permissive. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. No problem with this. Okay, so let me investigate that, and once I found the solution, I will come back. Alright, so I just restarted my PC, both nodes, after CTDB setup and installation. And let's see, after restart, when you trying to restarting the CTDB process, you might get this weird error, and you say that, hey, it's process exit because of some error code. To fix that, you need to make your Linux C Linux to permissive again, and after restart because it's changed back. And now let's say if we restart CTDB and it's work. Node 7 just now we restarted, so that's why status is unhealthy. Still unhealthy. Okay, so all okay. Let's try now. and still you don't have permission. Okay, so our restart process is not working. Okay, so let's try something else. Okay, I found what is the issue here. Okay, maybe to just for the investigation purpose, let's say if you see this permission error, then most probably you are getting well connection from your server. But still, let's ping to or any of the address that we add into our public IP. So now I previously had already Windows credential with these IP addresses. So now let me try with our newly created IP, which is 11 here in the public IP address. And as you can see, it's appear and ask for a network credential. Okay. So now let me just add a network credential here. Like, make sure you are giving path to the system where the user is exist at this moment. In Sun1 this user is, so 7 and okay. So with this user that we created, Rajiv, we are able to see this store file. This share actually the store, this name is coming because of our in our config file we make it store. Okay, that's why. So let's see that if you can create new files here. And cd share. Okay, one file is created by rajiv.txt. We are able to get that file here, and from your Windows network you are able to connect. But now if you want to connect to another IP, which is the physical IP, this is the virtual IP that we are connecting. 11 does not exist. 11 only appear here. So in CTDP IP, either you can connect from 11, 10, or you can create 12, 13, 14, 15 as much you want, and then you can get same folder access from that IP. Okay, so now let's try to access the 7. All right. So with 7, now it's asking for a credential password. So let's say let me add one more user here. SMB password and password. Okay, and now this time 7 I will access through Sapna. I still say, hey, you have some problem, but that's fine. 0 7 0.7. Okay. You have to put this IP address and backslash, then only you can get into this system. And with this still you can't, because we created a new user. So after creating a new user, try again to restart our CTDB, because with one user we can see this view detail. Okay, now CTDB status, both are unhealthy. Unhealthy is not good. Wait until they are getting healthy. It will take up to 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, I hope this is healthy now. Okay, so both are okay. Now let's try to access this again. Let's try from 6. Okay, okay, new user still cannot. Let's start from 10. Okay, after verifying this, you don't have permission to access share. Next, you don't have permission. Let's try one thing. Let's specifically add the valid user. Okay, sometime our shares needs to specify. Let's correct this also. Instead of store, let's use share and just put valid users equal to Rajiv Sapna. Save, copy this back to main location. Okay, and then restart SAMBA SETUP. Okay, let's wait for CTDB to start it again from unhealthy to okay. Let's say CTDB status. Okay, so after we start these nodes, we added the valid user into our, let's see, uh, so we added this valid user Sapna and Rajiv, and then let's just try to connect through IP10. Okay, so with IP10 I can connect. Let's see. With IP11, with IP11 now it's asking for a password. Let's disconnect with Rajiv. Okay, it's saying that multiple connection to the server shared, so we need to disconnect all the connection to server. let me just connect with Sapna. Let's see the owner first. Who is the file owner? Okay, so as you can see, this both file is created by Rajiv. Okay, so I deleted all the previously connection from my system using net use delete. Okay, and let's say yes. Okay, and now let's mount our 0.6 share with the Sapna. Okay, so with that I can access. Let's see the view with detail and check the owner, files owner. So they are okay. Now let's see access 7. And 7 we can see that its owner Rajiv. Okay, so each user when they log in, they see their name folder. It's a Unix folder of their home directory and a shared directory where they can create stuff directly to the folder, cluster share folder, and LSL. And here we see that okay, we have created new files there. So in next video we will cover some more troubleshooting with Windows and GlusterFS. But up to now we created a GlusterFS file server and create a share folder, and that share folder access through Windows, and then my computer see the data, volume, share, and here we have the files. So let's say if we rename that to wow, and alright. So I hope you found this tutorial interesting, and also if you found some other ways, other techniques that will work for Windows and cluster file system in between, so you just share with me, just comment here. Maybe if I missed something, you can add into the comments so other people can get the benefit of this video series. Okay, I'll get back to you after a couple of days to make a video for GlusterFS and Active Directory integration. Till that, bye bye guys.